Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another segment of A Piece of Peace. This morning I was starting my my devotion, my quiet time, my time that I spend with God in the morning. And I started to write out to him about how different it is since he's asked me to present my devotion to the public, how different it is to actually be that vulnerable and to take what's been really intimate between him and I and give it out there. And I was saying to him, I just said, I hope I'm not missing out on all that you have to teach me, because I'm thinking at the same time how to present this, or what stories of my life can I add to this. And he just whispers in my ear and says, I'm here, honey. He says, what do you have gratitude for? Which is typically how I start off my time with him, just writing out what I'm grateful for. And instead I started off with this pondering piece. And so I came back to my gratitude, and what came out was I have gratitude for your voice and the ability to hear you speak. I have gratitude for your presence and for your tenderness towards me. I have gratitude for your peace, and I have gratitude for the health that you've given me. This morning, however, I woke up and got my desired little cup of coffee with my coconut cream. And as I started picking up the kitchen and just sort of loading the dishwasher and got the kitchen cleaned up, and then came upstairs and opened my Bible and started to do my devotion. And I said, what do you want me to know today? And he says, Janelle, continue to come to me first thing in the morning. I can remember sitting back and thinking to myself, I had a dear friend of mine who has Bible before phone written on her fridge. And I have a tendency to, I'll go through a room and see, oh, that needs to be put away, or that needs to be picked up, or whatever. It's just sort of like putting things away. I think as moms, we have a tendency to do that. But he wants me first. And that's interesting to me. He wants me first. He wants you first. He wants all of us first. Everything, he says, Janelle, continue to come to me first thing in the morning. Everything else will fall into place as you practice this discipline. He says, practice putting me in the right place in your life first, above everything else, above everything else. In practicing this discipline, you will grow in your ability to put me first above your fears, above your plans, above your actions, above your dreams. When the small things clutter your time, seeking me, depending on me, knowing me becomes less and less important, and you start to rely on yourself and the things around you, which will inevitably fail you. I sat for a minute thinking, every time that I've ever put him first, there's like a different perspective of the day. And I function more in peace than I do when I'm just hurried and moving out the door, or hurried now and not moving out the door, hurried and getting done the things that need to get done, or my work or my ministry or whatever. Always putting God before ... Put whatever you do first in that space. He did take me to a scripture after that. Ezekiel 36, 25 through 28. He says, I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you will be clean. I will cleanse you from all your impurities and from your idols. I just want to break there for a second, because idols is like, what are we talking about when we have an idol? I don't have something that I put on my mantle of my fireplace and I worship it. I don't do that. However, there's these subconscious idols that we don't really know that we place before God. So it could be If you think of time of crisis in your life or time of difficulty or stress or whatever, what is it that you go to bring security, to bring comfort? What is that? What is that peace? When you're stressed, when things are in crisis, where do you go to find comfort? Where do you go to find security? Pray that God shows that to you, because in this season, He's upheaving that, and He's showing that He's the one to go to find security. He's the one to go to find peace and comfort. So I'm going to continue now in 26. I will give you a new heart. First, I'm going to go back to 25. I will cleanse you from all your impurities and from your idols. So it's not like you're going to do this by cranking out some different behavior. It's like He's going to help this. He's going to help take that paradigm shift and move you into seeking Him first and finding how much more you can comfort and security and peace you find there than what you have ever gone to, because all of that will inevitably fail you. He says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove your hearts of stone and give you a heart of flesh, one that's pliable, one that he can move through. I will put my spirit in you and move you to follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. As we move into putting Him first, as we put Him in that rightful place first, we practice that discipline just by trying to come to Him in the morning, because then that teaches us how to bring our everyday things to Him, our plans to Him, and our future to Him. And that's a practice of that. But as we do that, He will start to teach us what He wants for us, what's best for us, what is a yes, what is a no, what He's wanting us to move towards, and what He's wanting to protect us from. You will live in the land of your forefathers. You will be my people, and I will be your God. That is the paradigm shift that's taking place. Putting Him first, finding all that He has for us in this season. Then He goes back to speaking to me after that scripture. Again, that was Ezekiel 36, 25 through 28. And He says, in practicing this discipline of coming to me first each day, I can give you an eternal heavenly perspective. When we come to Him in the morning, the perspective of our day changes. He gives us an eternal perspective, a heavenly perspective on the day that's before you. He says, my peace will fill you before you go about your day. All throughout your day, practice bringing your thoughts, concerns, decisions, fears before me right when you think of them, offering it up to me in prayer, placing me again first over every aspect of your life. This practice will fill you with my peace as you trust me with all things, moment by moment. He says, I care deeply for you. He cares deeply for you. He cares deeply for us. He says, trust me, I am here with you. Then I am going to take you into my favorite little dessert piece, Jesus Calling by Sarah Young again. Download her app. It's great. Buy her book, even better. Then you have a hard copy if you like that kind of thing. So today is April 2nd. It says, I have promised to meet all your needs according to my glorious riches. Your deepest, most constant need is for my peace. I have planted peace in the garden of your heart, where I live. But there are weeds growing there too. Pride, worry, selfishness, and unbelief. I am the gardener, and I am working to rid your heart of those weeds. I do my work in various ways. When you sit quietly with me, I shine like the light of my presence directly into your heart. In this heavenly light, peace grows abundantly and weeds shrivel up. I also send trials into your life. When you trust me in the midst of trouble, peace flourishes and weeds die away. Thank me for troublesome situations. the peace they can produce far outweighs the trials you endure. There is your piece of peace today. God bless you guys.